can I be honest? When I saw this palette initially, my first thoughts were that this looked like artist couture. I say that with the highest of compliments because I think artist couture is like a really like under acknowledged brand, but this is actually Alamar Cosmetics, and a massive thank you, by the way, to Makeup on Your Radar. I took their pictures and their information. Let's discuss this one. In case you haven't heard of Alamar Cosmetics, they are an indie brand, and the name itself, Alamar, comes from the founder's hometown in Cuba. So she brings an awful lot of her Cuban heritage and roots into the brand itself, which I just think is fantastic. So we're looking at the Destino Palette here. And it's already available right now for $35, which in my mind is a really, really good price. But they also have a holiday gift box set that this is also available in. So maybe check that one out as well. But this is a really pretty 10-pan eyeshadow palette that has a mixture of mattes and shimmers. I think this is quite an unusual colour story at this time of year, and I'm kind of here for it. I love the kind of pastel tones. I love that there's quite a level of depth in here as well. The shimmers look very, very pretty. I think the only negative thing that I can say is that when I was on their website, I couldn't actually find any swatches, and I would personally love to see that. I quite like the aesthetic of this. It's quite pretty. I mean, let's be real. And as I said, it does seem to be available in the Alamar Holiday Gift Box, which by the way is available for $90, but it has like $180 worth of stuff in it. And there's apparently 11 full-size products. And what I really enjoy about it is they have 3 different variations. So there's one for fair to light, one for medium to tan, and one for dark to rich. I gotta say, I appreciate that. I think that's pretty darn cool for an indie makeup brand. And for $35, if you're just kind of thinking to yourself, I don't want the holiday gift set, I like the look of this palette, I feel like $35 is incredibly reasonable for this type of palette. Now, I haven't actually tried anything from Alamar Cosmetics, so I can't actually speak as to the quality of it, but I think this is really, really pretty looking. I have a friend, Brianna, who has actually tried Alamar, and I know that she generally rates them. So just based on her experience, you never know, but again, I can't personally speak on it. I think this is a really, really interesting colour story. I think it's fun, you know. Is it necessarily like changing the world? No, it's neutral with some pops of blue, which is like stuff that we've seen before, but yet this still feels kind of fresh. I think it's because of the lightness of like the blues in here that I'm like, oh, this is a bit different. We have like those poppy yellows as well. I think that's really, really interesting. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like this, or are you just a bit disinterested? Personally, I think the price point is really, really good for this, especially when you consider the fact that this is an indie brand.